and everyone in the room was quiet listening to me. And I remember mid-sentence looking at these people and them looking at me, and I'm like, oh, I have something to say, and people want to listen to what I want to say. It's important. Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I have Hopper. But despite that, I want to clap for myself because consistency ni muhimu. Nilikuwa nasema, oh, I'm going to start shooting more, and here I am a week later after the last video. Have you watched it? Anyway, let us clap for me. My name is Wahu Karaoke, but I have chosen to call myself Magister. Magister means the teacher within. So this video is kind of an introduction to me, but in the concept of healing. Yeah, you've probably heard of the word healing. Right now, it's like a very common term. Everywhere you go, healing, but healing means different things to different people. So for this video, I am gonna share what healing means to me, because it is at the core of everything I do. It is not the only thing I do. It's not everything in my existence, but at the core of my existence is healing. See, I am this kind of person that we are gonna be at a party or in the club or wherever where there are human beings, which happens very rarely for me because I'm a hermit. But I will be doing whatever I am doing, and then somewhere I am gonna hear someone say something like manifestation or the universe or vibration or spirituality, and that has my attention. I want to know you. I want to be your friend. I want to hear what you mean by those things, because those things mean different things to different people. But from my experience, those things are very beautiful and powerful, and it's always awesome to hear about someone's journey. When someone asks me, oh, what does healing mean to you, or mtu tu aniulize manifestation ama what do you believe in, unajua sasa mimi si mtu wa kanisa, si ndio? Lakini I am very spiritual. See, I grew up, my mom is very spiritual. My mom is the wake up at 5 a.m. and pray for you, and loudly at that. So from a very young age, spirituality and the concept of God being an important part of who we are was drilled into me. So I have grown up knowing that God is important and spirituality is important and worship is important. So despite not being a Christian, I am spiritual. That one is usually kizungumkuti, if I can use that. For most people, what do you mean you are spiritual but you don't go to church? What do you mean you're spiritual but you're not religious? What do you mean you're spiritual but you don't believe in God, as in the concept of the Christian God, religious God? And when someone asks me that question, I have all these things to say. So I'll find myself saying this and that and this and that. And I am saying everything all at once. But if you have never interacted with the concept of spirituality or healing, then you don't understand. I just sound like I am saying gibberish, and yeah, so I'm gonna find myself being like, okay, wait. So niko katikati ya explain, niko like, breathe, Wahu, breathe, yeah. Let us start somewhere. I'm gonna explain in the story what I mean by spirituality, not religion. So, I am a hermit. I have said that hermits stay in the house unless they have to get out, like unless we are dying of hunger or something like that, an emergency, really. So there was this time, I think in 2020 or early 2021, I'm not really sure, that I had really stayed in my house for a long time, and I was avoiding social situations. When you're dealing with anxiety, I have anxiety. I deal with anxiety. Oh my god, I have anxiety. I deal with anxiety every single day. When you're dealing with anxiety, especially social anxiety, you want to avoid crowds, and when you are outside, you want to be as much of a wallflower as you can be, that no one's gonna see you. You can be invisible in these spaces. But I had been healing. By healing, I mean I had been investing in self-care. I had been meditating, I had been taking care of myself, doing nice things for myself. And when you do that, you learn to prioritize yourself. You learn that you are worthy of taking up space and things like those. Long story short, so there's this time I decided, okay, so in my house I have learned how to be healed. I have learned how to take up space. I have learned how to be confident and give myself what I want and not shy away from the world. Because when I am standing alone in my house, that is easy, I'm gonna say, but it took some work. But now I am at a place where I'm like, okay, I think now I can face the world, you know? I think now I can walk into the world as who I am now, as this person who is more confident in their own skin. But anxiety, that bitch, that bitch. I had already confirmed that I was going for a particular event, and I had already taken a shower, I was ready, makeup done, and I am standing right by the door. And that is where I had a mirror, like right by the door. And I'm standing there, I'm looking at myself, and I'm like, you know, I could just not go. Like, oh, it'll beat me, as in. And I was tempted, because, yeah, it's easier to stay in my own bubble than go out there. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. And when I go, I am gonna be confident. I am gonna take up space. This is my world. Too, you know, affirmations here and there. So I get to this place. It was like a birthday party for a child, for someone that I know. Okay? Someone that I know, just know. But there was also a band playing for a band that I support. Okay. So I was like, I like bands, I like music. You know what? I am gonna anyway. So I went, and the people that I know and the people that that are familiar are at this birthday party. That was the thing. That's people were on that table. That was the main table. And I don't know these people very well, but I want to see the band. And every table is taken, and I figured if I am next to these people that I am kind of familiar, proximity, you know, new spaces, social anxiety, proximity is important. So I'm trying to figure out where to sit, and I see someone that I actually know, and we hang out and whatever. So it comes to a point where I'm like, okay, now I want to focus on the band. And where I was seated, there was so much noise going on because there are like babies everywhere. It's a kid's birthday party. And I'm like, okay, I need to focus on the band. So I tell a friend, the friend that now I knew, I was like, can we move to the next table? And she was like, yeah, sure, let's go. Before we left, the person whose kid's birthday it was looked at my friend and asked, unaenda wapi? And my friend just looked back at them, and she was like, so she sat back down, and here I am. Tulikuwa tunabeba viti zetu kuhama kwenda kwa hiyo table nyingine. My friend has put back their chair back down, and me I'm like halfway standing, halfway bent, and I'm like, okay, this is not what I asked for. I did not sign up for this, and you guys, so I'm like, do I go? Do I sit back down? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go. So I went, Kwani, what's up? I am walking, but I am anxious, but I am walking. We said we are gonna be confident. So at this table that I am going to, there's this person who was like a celebrity icon for me when I was in my childhood, yeah. So kulikuwa na pressure ya social anxiety, kulikuwa na desire, nataka kusikiza band, kuna hii pressure ya beshte yangu ameambiwa kaa chini, I am the only one carrying chairs, and then there's the pressure that the table I am going to is this person. My dad was a teacher, so went to ukasome homework and everything. So nikaambiwa niende nikafanye homework, kulikuwa na aka kashimo kwa mlango. I used to peep through that hole to watch this person that now I am walking my feet to go sit next to. We have never met, But I am bold enough. Remember, confidence. Healing has told us confidence. This is our world too. I was planning to keep to myself, not disturb anyone. Just sit in my corner because there was space and I wouldn't be bothering anyone. But the universe doesn't work according to your cute little plans. Oh, I'm gonna sit by myself. I'm not gonna talk to anyone. And then I am baby. I keep saying that. People know that I am baby. So grown-ups are drinking alcohol. Me, I am taking a milkshake. Tafadhali. Let me tell you, the waitress brought my milkshake for me. Milkshake nilikuwa nimeorder nikiwa kwa ile table ingine, so akaniletea kwa hii table, and me I'm there, I'm like, oh my god, a chocolate milkshake, and I'm excited. Eh? And the people in that table, they looked at me and they're like, ati unakunywa nini? Wewe ni mtu mkubwa. And I do drink alcohol, okay? I was just having a moment where a milkshake is also part of my healing, because it's not something that I had a lot or I accessed. It's healing. So in a child, milkshake. The people on my table, they are like, eh. So they order me a beer and we start talking and we are vibing. And I even forgot that I was gonna keep to myself. Things are fine. The band is playing really nice music. And then a song plays and it's so high and everyone on my table gets up to dance. Tuko kwa gardens. Tuko kwa gardens, unaelewa? Yani, tuko chini ya sky. Anyone and everyone can see us dancing. And these people are telling me to come dance with them. So I'm like, no, as in, no. I didn't sign up for that. As in, we said confidence. It just didn't mean I'm gonna, as in. And they insisted. They were like, you know what? Come dance with us. And after I gave in. And once he started dancing, I was free. I was so free, so happy. So glad that I actually took that invitation. The day progresses, whatever. And now, my name is Wahu Karaoke, and I will always remove my shoes. You will find me bare feet anywhere at any time that I feel like being barefoot. So I remove my shoes, and my new friends, they're like, what is happening? And I'm like, there's this thing called grounding. Yeah, that's a spiritual thing, that the earth, when we connect with the earth, it grounds us, whether it's grass or soil or natural rock or water. It's grounding. And at that time, I'm confident enough to share, because spirituality is that conversation you don't have with people who you're not sure how they're going to respond with, because you're a grown-up removing your shoes in public. What do you mean? I'm confident enough to tell them, like, you know what, this is me and this is what I do. My surprise when two of them joined me, and I was like, oh, okay, this is really awesome. So now I'm not the weird one. I have like two other weird people with me interested in what is going on. And then it happened that we lay on the grass, yani kuangalia juu, the stars, the moon and everything. So my two friends who are barefoot with me, they are like, why are we doing this? And I explained, how often do you stop to actually take in the magnificence of the universe? Like, how often do you actually like see a butterfly and you recognize the color and the patterns and how majestic they are when they flutter, or when you listen to birds singing, or when you see trees, whatever, in the wind or clouds or whatever. So I'm explaining these things and I'm telling them about the moon and how beautiful she is and how she's worthy of worship. And in that moment, I was so alive. I was so confident in my skin, and I was so grateful I didn't give in to the anxiety and stay at home. Because I could have stayed at home, but I had this. I was outside. I was, sharing this thing that is awesome to me, to other people, and I was being myself. At the end of the night, at the end of that night that I was so scared of, at the end of that night, I remember being somewhere in a crowd and people were having conversations, like very, very intense conversations about life and things that actually mattered. And I remember realizing that mid-sentence, like, because I was expressing myself and I was sharing my thoughts on something, and everyone in the room was quiet, listening to me. And I remember mid-sentence looking at these people and them looking at me, and I'm like, um, oh, I have something to say, and people want to listen to what I want to say. It's important. I can take up space. I can speak in public. I can say the things that I want to say, be authentic, express myself fully, truly, without hiding who I am. And people will listen. Those who want to listen will listen. In that moment, I remembered when I was a kid, like very, very young, yeah, I was talkative. I was talkative. Nilikuwa na mdomo. I was the kid who would go to, like, my sister was in high school when I was like a toddler, and I'd go to her high school, na natembea tembea huko, naenda kwa hall, naenda kwa dorms. It was a mixed school, and I'm like, mnajua nani, like in baby talk, whatever, in toddler talk. I was like, do you know this person? And even if I won't find my sister, let me tell you, I'll find a crowd, and I'll start reciting poems for them and narrating stories, and I will make them laugh. And by the time my sister is coming to me, she's the one coming to me juu amesikia sister ako kwa hall anafanya kitu, or napelekwa kwa domi akifanya vitu zake, mimi niko hapa tu mdomo nimepewa tu story. I loved talking, and I had a lot to say. I was the kid tukitravel kwenda Ushago, we get to our destination and people in the car wako like, siwache tuende na yeye tufike kwenye gari inafika mwisho, tutahakikisha amekuja, tutakuja kumdrop off ndio niwamalizie story. So that night, in that moment, when I realized that I am actually talking in public, and that was the first time I was talking in public confidently, without needing to crawl under the table, without needing it to be done, without feeling like I'm swallowing nails or something. In that moment, I was like, that girl was there with me. I was that girl. Again, I was there. I was confident. I was loud, and I was bold, and I was talking. So that's what healing is to me. Getting back to who you are before you started dealing with life, before you started dealing with trauma, before you started surviving, before you started shaping yourself according to what was least problematic. You are this kind of person because this kind of person gets in less trouble than who I really am. Healing is going back, allowing parts of yourself that you've buried to actually breathe again, and to feel like your skin is your skin, and that you can wear it confidently in the way that it is, and that will be okay. You don't have to be anyone or anything else. That's what healing is for me. I don't know where I lost my voice, but healing has helped me gain it back. I call myself Magister. I call myself a lot of things. I was Mwalimu, I was Desi. I changed my name a lot. But that's because I think the way you are called is important, and your name needs to feel like your own. So I am Magister. It means the teacher within. It means that in me is the kindness and the love and the joy and the peace and the affirmation and the comfort and the care and the support that I needed when I didn't get it from the places that I was supposed to get it, that I expected to get it from. It means I am going to be patient with myself. It means that I have an inner guidance that knows who I am inherently, outside the noise of who the world has told me I need to be. That within me is the guidance that I will know I love chicken and I do not eat fish, because my inner guidance tells me so. Because I know how to listen to my body and my emotions and my feelings. Because healing helps me create space for myself to be able to listen to myself, to be able to hold myself with kindness, to be able to say that Some things are broken, some things are painful, some things ache, some things hurt, some things are disappointing, some things are frustrating, some things don't go the way we want. But ultimately, because I am me, and within me is the most authentic, higher self that I could ever be. That person that I am at the core, that I have forgotten, that I might have ignored, that person, they are there for me, that they guide me, that they whisper things like, move to Embu. I say that a lot. I'm going to tell you about how I moved to Embu some other day. That is what healing means to me. Thank you for watching. You're amazing. I hope you know that. I hope that you learn how to listen to your inner guidance, that you believe yourself above all else, that you know that ultimately, no matter what, you will know what to do, you will know what steps to take, you will know how to hold yourself, you will know how to talk to yourself, because you have an inner guidance, and that inner guidance will never get you wrong. That's what healing does. It reassures you of that.